If you have been looking at Epson home cinema and still are not fully sure whether it is the right buy for your needs, that is exactly what this review is here to clear up before you spend your money. A lot of products can sound great on the listing and still end up feeling underwhelming once they are actually in your hands, so the real question is whether this one gives you solid everyday value, fits the way you plan to use it, and feels worth the price. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When I first started researching this projector, I was blown away by its specs. First off, the projector supports 1080p resolution. That means you're getting a super clear image that's comparable to many modern TVs. And if that's not enough, the 4,400 lumens of color and white brightness take this to a whole new level. Imagine watching your favorite movie with bright colors, deep contrast, and a level of clarity that draws you in like nothing else. But what really stood out to me was the screen size range. With a throw ratio of 1.38 to 2.28, you can project a 50-inch image from just 4.79 feet away, but it can go all the way up to 300 inches if you've got the space for it. Can you imagine having a 300-inch screen in your own living room? It's truly a game changer, and I think that's what sets this projector apart from the rest. Now that we've covered the key features, let's get a bit more technical, if you don't mind. First off, the Epson Home Cinema 1440 uses 3 LCD technology, which is basically the gold standard for projectors. This means you're getting crisp, clear images that are less likely to suffer from any sort of distortion or fading. But it's not just about the resolution or the technology, it's also about the overall performance. Imagine watching a bright comedy with vibrant colors, only to switch to a dark horror movie with perfectly adjusted contrast in blacks. It's this level of performance that truly sets the Epson Home Cinema 1440 apart, and I think it's well worth the investment. And let's not forget about the brightness levels. With 4,400 lumens, this projector can handle even the brightest scenes without sacrificing any image quality. Whether you're watching a daytime comedy or a nighttime drama, you can bet your bottom dollar that the colors will pop and the contrast ratio will be on point. Now, you might be wondering what kind of space you'll need to project this sort of image. To be honest, it's smaller than you think. If you've got a small room with decent lighting, you'll be amazed at how crisp and clear the image is. Plus, with the ability to adjust the keystone correction, you can get. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, wait a minute, I live in a small apartment, can I actually use this projector? And my answer would be yes, you can. As I said earlier, the screen size range is incredible, but the projector itself is surprisingly compact. I've had friends project a 100-inch image onto their bedroom wall, and it looked absolutely stunning. Of course, there's always a catch, right? If you're planning on projecting in a small space with a lot of lighting, you may need to invest in some blackout curtains or shades to get the best image quality. But trust me, it's worth it. Another thing I want to mention is the overall design of the projector. It's sleek, it's compact, and it's surprisingly quiet. I mean, it's not quite whisper quiet, but it's pretty close. When I first got the... As I wrap up this review, I want to say thanks for watching. It really means a lot to me that you guys are interested in hearing about this projector. If you're looking for a high-quality home theater projector that won't break the bank, then the Epson Home Cinema 1440 is definitely worth checking out. I know I've covered a lot of ground in this review, but I really think it's an essential product for anyone who loves movies. Trust me, once you experience this sort of image quality in your own home, you'll never go back to your old TV again. So thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next review. Oh, and one more thing, be sure to check out the link in the description to grab this amazing projector for yourself.